Gentlemen, welcome to the stream. My name is Van Pebble. We're jumping right into the game today. We have, let's tell you what we've got. First of all, we got me, right? We got the streamer, that's important. I will be directing my attention to two tables today. There is a table on my right-hand side as I'm sitting looking at it. It's to my right. I don't know what that would be for you at home. We got an 850K table on the right, and on the left, we have a $200 million table. We had a really good game yesterday. We won some, it's not real money, guys. We won some fake money. Whatever you want to call it. I think of it as real. I think of it like in my heart and in my head. It's like it's real. It feels, because to me it's enough just to win something. I don't really need the actual cash. And it's probably because I'm not a rich guy. I live day to day, check to check, like a lot of people do. But my feeling on richness isn't based on money. I don't base my happiness on money, or I'd be fucked. I would be the most unhappy guy in the world. So I look at it, I really want to win. And so that's why I'm going to bet $25 million. I have a flush at the table on the left. And we got it looking good, looking good. My name is Van Pebble, as you can see on the table, and I already said it. But also, I'm an owl. You can see that's the character I picked. And the owl is interesting. I've had some interesting owl stuff lately. So I'm just going to talk about that for a second. So it's weird, kind of. You know how like things happen in your life and then you feel like there's like a connection? And it's okay to share this, I think. Because some things like shouldn't share. It's your secret link to life, right? People already think, this guy's crazy. It's okay. You can take that if you want. So, like, I was walking home from work like 2 weeks ago, and I saw this owl. There was an owl. I've never really seen an owl like in person before. It was like life-changing. I can't really explain it. I'm a guy that spends a lot of time alone. I spend a lot of time thinking about things. I'm a very introspective guy. And for some reason, seeing the owl was a game changer, because I do see birds quite a bit. I do see crows. But seeing this large bird with majestic, huge, I don't want to say majestic. That sounds so fucking... But there is something magical. I'm kind of glad we said that about that. Because it is kind of a magical thing, actually. Excuse me. And then I noticed that we had like a nest in our, like we have big trees at my house. I live in Seattle, so like in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest, specifically. To be more specific about the situation, it's very a lot of big, fat, huge trees. And as I looked up that night and I saw this owl, and I was like, keep in mind, this is like 3 o'clock in the morning, 2:30 in the morning. So I'm by myself. So that changes the mystical quality of it when you're alone and you're thinking about things. How was my shift, and how's life going? And like, you're having these thoughts and feelings, you know? And then you see this majestic creature. I'll say it, majestic. And then like a couple weeks went by. I haven't really seen much of it. I haven't seen an owl or anything. And then I'm just going to say it because I don't think there really is a connection, but for some reason it seems to me that there is. I was drawn to the game Hogwarts. So I got the game. Oh, and then I started using this avatar on this game, and now I have the game Hogwarts. So is it really a coincidence? That's for you to decide. I don't think so, really. But I do think it's interesting, and I do think it's an interesting connection. I'm talking fast today. I'm feeling good. I feel good. I had a good day today. We did some stuff. Like, to me, a good day is a very simple day. Get out of bed. Get in the shower. Stream. Go to the grocery store. Go to the cigar store. Come back home with new stuff. Put put something in the crock pot. That was great. I love putting stuff in the crock pot. I love putting stuff in the crock pot. So we got this like little, like, they sell this kit. I've talked about this before, but like, I'll say it briefly, is that, ace king on the left table, folks. And remember, I want you to remember this. We always go back to the game if we need to. We'll remember where we were in the conversation. Cubed beef market. We'll get it. But it's always about the game at any given time. And we have ace king on the left table. King 2 on the right. That's a big bet for us. Definitely going to fold that right table. As things get suspenseful, Van Pebble's voice gets a little lower. And here, I think we're going to bet big here. 8 million's a nice big fat bet. We have kings on the table. But the thing is, somebody else could have a king. But here's the thing. Here's the other thing. We have an ace. King 6, I'm going to fold. I'm going to bet $24 million. So that's not good. The diamond is not good. That's not good at all. That's bad. That means they have a flush. And that means I'm sitting at 160 million. But the good takeaway from this is you knew that you had to fold. That's the good takeaway. That's the good takeaway. You have to take something away from that. If you're going to take something positive away from the left table, right table, king 4, let's go ahead and fold that. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. We got, okay, he's betting 5 mil. I've got 10-3. I fold. Yeah, we got the game Hogwarts from the Switch 2. I'm pretty excited about it. I actually bought the game for the PC before, but it was running so hot on my PC that I kind of gave up. And there's a lot of games that I don't play right now because of my PC getting hot with games. I have a pretty good PC. I kind of blame it more on like the games. But back to the left table, we have jacks. We're going to go big here. 60 mil. I'm just going to go all in there. Hopefully someone will follow me there. That's a good sign. I love being followed. What have you guys got here? A lot of big bets here at the table. Unbelievable. I'm actually surprised. We now have 3 jacks. I don't know how we lose it. I don't think we could possibly lose this one. And there is one way we could lose, I guess. But we ended up, yeah, by the kicker, but our kicker is so high, which was a king. We now have a commanding 497 million on the left table, and we're back to the right table. Just like that. We switch back and forth. And there's the queens, ladies and gentlemen. The right table's looking real nice. And we're going to bet big here. We're trying to make some money at this table. Jack 7 on the left-hand table. And that's a nice little win on the right table, and we're doing great on both tables right now. We're doing great work. It's a very exciting day. I actually got kicked out of... I actually got banned from somebody's chat today. That always sucks. You know, I don't watch a lot of streamers. Like, sometimes I get excited with some streamers, and I'll type in the chat. And sometimes, you know, if you're going to really be funny, sometimes you got to go for it. Or if you really have something, like, really, like an insightful thing, sometimes you go too far, you forget, oh, yeah, this is a person. I shouldn't say this about their girlfriend or whatever, you know. And I didn't say anything mean. But I won't say who it was, but there was a streamer, and it was really odd because, by the way, left-hand table, ace 6. Keep an eye on that left table. The right table, we sadly folded fives, which is very sad. Looking for something to turn over there on the left-hand table, but nothing really there for us. I wouldn't do much more than check it along on the left-hand table. If people are going to try to be doing some kind of be betting, they want to bet, they're not going to get a bet from me. I'm going to check it along and see if we can get a high card win there. King 8, I fold. There you go. It's a pair of queens. Yeah, so this streamer, and it is a guy streamer, and he's got this girl on his stream. He's a great I love this guy. That's why I'm not saying his name, because I don't want to be talking shit. And then she looks a lot like this girl he used to date. Not to be parasocial, but he was dating this girl publicly, like on the stream, and then they broke up a long time ago. It's been a long time, but you always had this I always had this feeling, and he said it jokingly before, that he had like the hots. He still cared about her. And I'm watching the stream today, and the girl looks, sounds, has the feel, and even is like the same like nationality, like half this and half that, like as the ex-girlfriend, and it was eerie. It was like, and so I typed in the chat, I go, this guy, he misses his ex-girlfriend because she's like a carbon copy. It's crazy. And I got banned like for like a day or something. Which I realized was an insensitive thing to say, actually. It's like, if you really do like somebody and you're chatting in their chat room, you should really say things that are like productive and positive. But it's I don't know. It depends on the relationship. Also, this guy, like, I'm an older guy. This is a young kid, so I should know better, actually, than to... We have 4s on the right-hand table. That happened with, there was another streamer like that, and I was bummed out that he banned me. Because he's like sort of a bro-y guy. And so I made like a bro-y joke about like being gay, because he had like taste in music. And I was like, that's a gay song. And he fucking banned me for for 5 months or whatever. And so of course I just stopped watching the guy. Which I'm sure that was his goal, like, I don't want you watching me. And you know what? He's got a point. I shouldn't really be saying that shit on a fucking stream. Ladies and gentlemen, King 3. No, we're not going to go. We're not going to bet any further. We have $681. We have 5 people at the table on the right-hand table and the left-hand table. For 5 players as well. Big bet, 40 million on the left. On the right, King 7 is a hand that I'm going to limp into. We'll see how we do. 40 million. I'm going to go. With Ace 8, I'm going to go. How often do you get an ace in your hand? An 8's a pretty decent kicker. He's got Ace King, though. So now we're hoping for magic. There's the 8. That's as magical as you're going to get here for Van Pebble. And there it is, folks. 522 million. Van Pebble takes the risk. And this guy's probably going, I had the best hand. Yeah, but we both had the ace, pal. And that's the key. We both had the ace. You had a kicker. You had a nice kicker. It just didn't come up for you. It's a gamble, man. Luck is a huge part of poker. Today, ladies and gentlemen, Van Pebble is drinking one of my favorite drinks in the summertime. We are not sponsored by these guys, but so I don't want to represent myself as if I'm being sponsored by them. But whenever I drink something, I like to tell people, you know, I do like this. And I like sharing stuff like that. And this is one of my favorite, brisk iced tea. So good, dude. You know, it's just kind of interesting. But But ever since I started, like, there's something I started doing with soft drinks, and I guess it goes back to my Mexican friends, my buddies from the Mexican kitchens that I used to work in, or the kitchens that I worked in that just happened to have Mexican guys, because that's just what it's like. I guess until is it ice? What is it? ICE? Is that what it's called? The deportation thing. It's actually, I'm not making a joke. I do see a lot less Mexicans around. But I drink my drinks without refrigerating them. Ladies and gentlemen, never mind the refrigeration talk. Shut up. We're going all in with a straight. And there you have it, folks. There's the straight. Beautiful. He even got a 9 on the river, but he's still 20 million for King 8. Yes, we're going to play this hand on the left. Maybe not the best hand to play on the left, but the hand on the right is Ace King. And you better believe we're going hot and heavy. We'll just call it. King 8 at the right table. 20 million to see the next card. I don't think so. I'm going to fold that. I shouldn't have played that in the first place. I lost big money there. That was stupid. Ace King. I don't want to call myself stupid, but that was a dumb move, though. So, King Jack. I'm not really confident with King Jack. I know it's a nice hand. I know I should play it. I'll play it. Life's a gamble. Technically, got the best hand here on the left-hand table. Oh, there's the queen. That hurts you. And he's got the diamond as well. There's the flush. And we were playing with house money there. You can't blame us for trying on that one. I don't blame me. I thought that was a great play. Good bet. That's a good bet. You're right. I don't really have anything. And there it is. Down to 275 million on the left table. We're jockeying for fourth position there. We're gonna fold that hand, and we're just gonna roll with the punches. On the right hand table, we lose a player, and we have 4 players left on the right table and 4 players left on the left table. I'm hoping, guys, before we get back into the soft drink talk, that it's not too, windy. I hope you're not hearing, like, I've got a couple fans blowing on me. I think people could understand why. It's been hot out there. It's a very hot day. 84 degrees, and it's 7 o'clock at night. It's pretty hot. For 7 o'clock at night, that's hot. That's hot. As Paris Hilton would say, that's hot. On the left-hand table, we lose a player, and we have a guy with $813 million. This is an interesting hand on the left here. He's betting 32 million. Of course, we're going to fold. Yes. So we're jockeying. We're still trying to pull this off on the left-hand table here. This is going to be a tough one to pull off as far as winning goes. We're guaranteed third place, which means we get our money back, basically. So I can't be mad at that. Jack 3 on the right table. We're going to fold that. We're looking good at the right table with 1.18 million. We've got King 7 with 8 Ace Queen. We're going to fold that. And we're down to 200 mil, basically 211 million. Right table, we fold. Fold. Yeah, we're looking good on the right. The right table's interesting because we might be able to sneak and grab this one. But the left table's getting harder and harder. The blinds are getting larger. we have the flush draw here on the left-hand table. I'm going all in. I don't think he's going to risk that much money. He does. And there, we need it. We don't get it. I had a feeling we were going to lose that for some reason. The momentum was going that way. And we take third, which is great. I mean, I'm not even close to being mad at that. And now we get the big table here. Van Pebble with 8-8. And that's a beautiful win because against Ace-8, that's scary, but we took that. We're at 1.53 million, and we're looking for a victory here. We took third place in the other table. We're looking for a victory. 9-10, Jack, Queen. Need a king or an 8. Or a heart. We're very loaded here. There's the heart, ladies and gentlemen. What is he going to do? I'm going to bet big here. I'm going to bet... I want to see what he does. Because obviously... Oh, he stayed in it. That's interesting. I'm all in. I can't believe this guy's going to go all in. I can't believe he's going to go all in. He does go all in. Unbelievable. I mean... He didn't have anything. Unreal. I don't know what he was thinking. Let me ask him. Oh, he won't answer me. Let's try to join another table while we play this table. Playing some poker today. This is just fulfilling my competitive desires. We have plans tonight to do another stream, which is unusual. Usually we'll stream twice a day on the weekdays, Monday through Thursday. This week's a little special because I'm feeling good. I'm going through a spiritual journey in my life. I mean, I am kinda, like I think we all go through that. You wake up a little bit, you start to wake up inside your head. Like, oh yeah. And we're going one-on-one right now against Aquaholic. Aquaholic's betting very big here. That's a big bet. And we'll see what he's got here. He's got 215K. Obviously, he's going to go all in with that. I don't know what he has. He doesn't have it. And now we start this table with a huge king. And we try to finish this one off here on the right-hand table. 8 queen versus 10 jack. Of course, we have triple eights. I don't think he's going to be able to come back. It looks like he's drawing dead. And that's Van Pebble for the win. That's the first victory of the day. And that feels good, ladies and gentlemen. Getting that victory is what it's all about. That's why we play this game. Number 1, you see that? And we still have the best hand at the table, as far as I know, with king. We're going big here. What are we worried about? Worried about a lot of stuff here. Oh, we've got 2 kings in the house. Oh, that's not good. The flush pops in. We need one more diamond. Didn't hit it. And two guys that have 2 king, that both have king, just got thrown out of the game against a guy who had a flush. And we'll see if we can pull that hand up. We might not be able to. Ladies and gentlemen, I am in announcer mode right now. We are announcing games. This is fun. We're going to try to play another one. And let's see if we can get into... Let's see if we can take a look at that last hand. This is the hand that we lost here. As you can see, this guy's got 7-6, and he pulled off a huge upset. Let's take a look at that as it goes through. As we start a table on the right-hand side for 850K, the guy's got 7-6. he's got to be feeling like, dude, if I can get this flush, I'm going to bust some ass. I'm thinking, I know I've got king. I don't know this guy has king. I know I've got this hand, but that's not good. The diamonds are bad. And then here comes a diamond, and I'm like, yeah, I think I'm fucked here. I kind of knew I was going to lose. And that was the end of that tune. That was a short-lived game. King, Jack, we got Queen 9, 9, 10, Jack, Queen, King. We need a 10 here. We need a 10 here. I don't like it. I'm gonna bail on that one. But yeah, so when I used to work in, I believe, where was it? So many restaurants we've worked at. I worked at a Jewish retirement center for a while. And I'm trying to think of the guy's name, but there was this guy that I worked with who was this Mexican from Mexico. So primarily, Spanish was his language. He wasn't very good at English. But he was such a good cook that he was a very valuable, member of the team. So he was kind of my boss. Like, those guys sort of become your boss, even if you're a cook. It's really interesting because a lot of these guys that come, and by the way, I'm going to, hopefully you'll listen very well to what I'm saying, because I'm not saying anything derogatory about Mexican people. I'm saying it has always been kind of a known fact that they can cook their asses off, and they're very good workers, Mexican people. That's the thing people say. Sorry if that sounds like I'm being like they and them, and I'm sorry that I'm not trying to do that. But those motherfucking Mexicans can cook. And so I was, a lot of time I was a dishwasher. So those guys would just be like your boss. Imagine a guy that doesn't even speak the language being in charge of people. That's very interesting. It's an interesting thing. As long as I've been in this country, I've never been in a position of like manager or leadership or anything. I mean, I'm a security guard now, so it's changed for me. But I've always come into situations. I've always come into like kitchen work and stuff, and been the low totem pole guy. Cooking, it's always like the servers are sort of in charge. Dishwashing, obviously you're the lowest. Cockroaches are higher than you when you're a dishwasher. Unfortunately, that's the truth. So anyway, there was this guy who we would, take lunch together once we became friendly. At first, he didn't want anything to do with me. Then he started to like me, and I could tell he liked me because he would make fun of me. This is in the Jewish retirement center. And he would be like, shut the fuck up. He'd do that kind of stuff. And then I realized, oh, he actually likes me. Because he would just sit with me and tease me. And I realized if he didn't like me, he wouldn't be sitting with me. So thankfully, I was like probably in my 40s at the time, so I wasn't young. But now I'm a little bit like, I don't want people making fun of me, really. But back then, I was very okay with the teasing and stuff. I can't believe I just folded that hand. That's fucking crazy. I just folded the hand that he won. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at 2 tables now, and I would like to say something before we continue our beautiful story about a burgeoning friendship between... burgeoning is a great word. Burgeoning. It's so... Oh my god. I gotta give credit to myself. I've been coming up with the big words lately. Big words. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a pair. We have 2 pair on the right-hand table, and I want to say something. We have aces on the left. Before we get into that, there's a lot going on here. I want to unpack it all. But first, we must pay attention to the game. This is big stuff. We have the ace. I wonder if anybody else has it. I'm gonna bet big there, and here I'm gonna bet somewhat big. I have 2 pair on the right-hand table, and there's a guy named Boston Bonanza to my right. And I'm friends with that guy. I hope you're not watching Boston Bonanza, you son of a bitch, Because if you're watching, you son of a bitch, then you can see what I have, you son of a bitch. VP, how you doing? Let me tell him. Boston Bonanza, I am streaming right now, Boston Bonanza. You are on the stream, sir. Even though you probably aren't watching this, obviously. It's a nice play. Oh, yes, 9-9. Say he's got a full house, so we're having some fun. People are talking smack at the table. I enjoy that. Makes the game fun. I wasn't expecting to play poker today. I kind of just, this is why I like streaming. You just get into a mood and you do it. It's really one of the freest forms of expression that there is out there. And by the way, I recommend everybody streams. It's a great outlet for you. It's just good. It feels good to get it out there. Creatively, you're talking, you're playing, you're using your brain, you're making friends. All right. I'm going to call this only because Boston Bonanza is a buddy of mine, and I want to see the heads-up match. But clearly, we're outgunned here. And let's give props where they're due. A big fan. I love Boston Bonanza. Boston Bonanza is a very, very cool. I'm throwing the L word out there because it's very like for me. You can tell I don't have a lot of baggage. I could just say I love you. You know what I mean? There's no baggage here. I'm also single. I don't have to like. My wife. I gotta be careful who I say I love. Like, you know, don't say you love people. Girlfriend's gonna get upset. We have King 5, which is not a good hand, but I gotta tell you something. I'm gonna try to lie and say that I have something. He's got. Oh, he just took me to the ground. Bad bluff. Bad bluff there. Bad bluff there. And we lose that game. I have to be honest, I got a little distracted by Boston Bonanza. I'm not making excuses. I'm okay with it. But I definitely got distracted by Boston Bonanza. But I'm very excited to play this game on the right. So we'll keep the game on the left going. The game on the right is a game that doesn't happen that often. And that is the $80 million game. It's kind of a cool little game. I think the winner gets about $300 million, if I'm not mistaken. Third place gets their money back. Second place is like, I think, maybe 150 or two. It's a nice little game. It's a nice little. It's kind of high. It's semi-high stakes. The higher stakes is the 200 mil. Then there's like a 3.4 billion too. I've got to play that one eventually. So there we go. We don't have anything on the left table. On the right table, we don't have anything either. But we're drawing for something here, that's for sure. But we definitely don't have it. We definitely don't have it. And I'm going to fold this on the right table. Big table on the right. I mean, it says 782 million, but I thought it was an 80 million, so I don't know what the deal is, why that's so... I don't know what the deal is there. Daily Legends, yeah, there's something about that game that's massive. So my buddy, who I work with, this guy, we work together in this Jewish retirement center. Now, the big thing about the Jewish retirement center is they celebrate Ramadan and all these Jewish holidays. And so this guy's Mexican. I'm white Italian. I'm like raised Catholic. I'm not Jewish. So neither of us are really. So I think maybe because we're sort of outsiders within that space, probably got us close together. He was basically my boss, and we would drink together. Soda. We drink sodas together, not alcohol. We're at work. We don't do that. I'm not a degenerate. Like, you're not going to hear stories where I'm like, we were at work and we were drunk. Like, it's just not me. You're just not going to hear that. I'm not saying those people are losers. I'm not saying they're winners either. So, I guarantee you that person, if that person is telling a story like that, it's very doubtful that they don't have like 18 tattoos. And I'm just kidding. Anyway, tattoos are an interesting conversation, but so me and this guy would have lunch and stuff. And the thing, I'm really drawing this story out, it's really not worth it. But he would drink things warm. He would drink Coca-Cola, and he would be like, I want to warm. No. This is good, perfect. And he never drank cold soda. And I got into the habit of that because I just tried it. I'm like, interesting. Room temperature stuff is interesting. Don't get me wrong, I like cold, but I do notice that when I'm drinking a cold beverage, this is why I love streaming, because you could talk about shit like this. I do notice that when I'm drinking a cold beverage, I drink it faster and harder. But when I'm drinking like one of these, I'm just kind of like go and I like it. It's in my mouth and it goes down. When it's cold, there's a whole thing going on with the cold. And on top of that, see, this is really, I can't believe I'm so like passionate about this. It takes up a lot of room in your refrigerator to put, like, you know, look, I'm a single guy, I live by myself. That's actually my refrigerator. You can see it. It's bigger than a dorm-sized one, depending on what dorm you live in. Most kids have that little thing. I used to have one of those little ones. I realized it wasn't enough. I needed like a proper freezer. So like this is a 2-part fridge, and the freezer is almost as big as the fridge. That's important for me. I needed that. It's very important to have a freezer in your life. Oh, I've got ace 9, king, queen is on the... I don't want to play that. Homie, don't play that. And I value my space in the fridge. When I go grocery shopping, I sort of know in my head like what's going to fit in there. I'm smart like that. I've also worked in kitchens a really long time, and I've learned how to like, one of the biggest jobs I ever worked, or one of the key tasks that you do as a dishwasher. Because I was a dishwasher for many, many years. It was just a very comfortable job. It really was. It was indoors. It was like, fuck this construction bullshit. I'll just be a dishwasher. So I would work for these massive restaurants, and I was really good at it. And I was like, they love me here, so it's job security. And they feed you. But one of the big tasks they would give is the one thing I hate about kitchens, you always have to be busy. Gotta be busy, always busy, working. If you don't have dishes, clean something. And one of the jobs that I would do is I would be the guy that would go into the cooler and clean it, and a lot of cleaning of coolers, a lot of moving things around, taking the old stuff, putting it into the front. And when I know exactly, this is what I want to say, I know exactly what to put into my fridge. I know exactly what's going to fit in there. When I order food from Amazon Fresh, it's not a plug, it's not a sponsor. Oh, there's the queen, that hurts you. But when I order from Amazon Fresh, I'm like, I know, like, and a lot of times I'll open up the fridge. Will this fit in there? Okay. The one thing that never gets accounted for for space for the refrigerator when I'm grocery shopping never gets accounted for is drinks. Every drink I get goes into a little bin, a bus tub, if you will, on the ground down here. I got Coca-Cola. What do you want? You want something? I got iced tea. You want something? You want something to drink? What do you think? You want something? Ladies and gentlemen, I am all in on the left table. On the right table, big bet here. Gonna sit out this. Still waiting for that big hand to hit me. I definitely need to pick my game up here on the right-hand table. There's no doubt about that. There's no doubt about that. I don't doubt it, do you? I don't. Do you? I don't. Do you? I don't. Oh, I lost. Okay, I lost. So I lost on that table. We're going to try to jump into another table here. I like the idea of two tables at the same time, even though this table is a big table on the right, but I get scared. And I can't be afraid to fold. Gotta fold. Sometimes you gotta fold it. Should we do it? All right, here we go. As we play, let's take a little Kenny Rogers break. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You can't hide your money. No, you can't count your money while you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting. When the dealing's done, you gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to hold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You get high. Oh God, now I'm at the table. There'll be time. Oh come on, Lord, you gotta count 'em when the dealing's done. All right, back to the game here. Getting silly, getting loose. That's what you gotta do in these games. You gotta feel the energy. Feel it. It's circular. Was that Happy Gilmore? Feel the flow, Happy. Feel the flow. You gotta feel it. It's circular. It goes round in a circle. Round in a circle. Circle, flow, energy. Good stuff. Yeah, man. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. Look, and I saw Happy Gilmore too. And I'm just going to say, I've said this before, but I'll say it again. It was better than the first one. I know you're sitting there going, no fucking way. This critical fucking guy. Because if anyone knows Van Pebble, we're very critical. By the way, the interesting looking at the right-hand table, we would have lost that. I'm glad we didn't play it. This is the hand that we're going to jump hard, guys. We have ace, queen. I'm going... What do you want to do here? Let's keep it cool. Keep a cool head here. Because you might have to fold it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going all in. That's a big move. Another big play. Pocket aces. It's ace queen versus ace jack. There's the ace. Yes, there it is, folks. We needed to get that. We needed that bad. We needed to get that jump started. Because there's another person at the table with 1.6 bill. And I definitely want this game. I want this game. This would be a big win for us. But it's a long road to travel. And it's going to be a long road to travel. Meanwhile, on the left-hand side, we folded kings. That's okay. We're on the boardwalk on the left. I like the boardwalk. Up on the boardwalk. Boardwalk. Okay, I can't sing. I'm not a good singer. I never claimed that I could sing, by the way. I'm a joyful singer. I'm a guy who sings out of joy. I feel that, like, some people, when they get really sad, they're very good singers. I find that when I get really sad, it's very sad to hear it, because it's not good. It's not like, oh, he's sad. You can hear the sadness. It's like he's so sad he has no energy to sing. He already can't sing, and now that he's sad, it just sounds like a guy with no energy singing. And that's not good. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to hear it. We've got nothing going on here. We're going to fold that hand. On the left-hand table, we have twos. Two. I love it. I love a nice summer stream at the card table. Very fun. 150 million with two twos. I'm going to fold this one. I want these people to beat each other up a little bit. Oh my God, what a hard fold right there. He folds the quads. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't get much more of a gut punch than that. That is exciting stuff. And the only reason I'm not upset about it is because we're streaming this live. It is such a... But we get a nice win on the left-hand side. But nothing hurts you more than watching a quad get away from you. That's a huge loss there. But we got to pick up the pieces here and continue with the gameplay. What a huge upset that was. Golly. That's hard to watch. That was a tough one. Not gonna lie to you. I know one of these idiots are gonna bet. Come on, just fucking do it already. I already know that. So there's the ace. That's a bad card for us. There's the 10. This is where we go all in. We're going for it, ladies and gentlemen. All in. And there it is. 3 10s. That takes us, this is very exciting, guys, to 3.9 billion. Very exciting. And we haven't played a lot of hands, but the hands that we have played have been executed very well. We could have played that hand, by the way, this hand here with kings. Boy, if that quad, those quads, that was tough. That was tough. So we would have won this hand as well, but we lose a player here. We lose a player. Queen 4. What do we do here? What do we want to do here? I'm going to fold that. I'll let these guys play against each other. As we get closer to the conclusion of this game, we're in the final 3 on the right-hand table. On the left-hand table, we got 4s with very low antes. We're just kicking it off. I mean, we started off with 800K. We've got 778K. I mean, we're just at the very beginning. We got King 6 versus 4-5. We're hoping to get this one here. There's the 6. Come on, baby. And there it is. We're playing heads up on the right-hand table. On the left-hand table, we're all in with 3 4s. What do we call that? Trips? What are we calling that? There's the king right there. We got nothing on the right-hand table. Nothing. Left-hand table, we're playing with 10-4, which is a terrible, terrible hand. But, you know, we kind of limped in that one, so I'm not really mad at it. We're going to fold. We're heads up at the right table. Very exciting on the right table. Both tables are exciting, really. I think he's got something on the right table. He definitely has something there. What has he got? Does he have 4s? Let's pay to find out. He has 7s, and he's... Nice win, nice victory. The thing about the heads up is when it's that much money, it can go back and forth. So we're going to go all in to try to draw him in, and it doesn't work, but we're at 2.59 bill. I'm going to try to draw him all in. He's not going to go. Left-hand table, king 3. $10-7, that's terrible. Oh, nice one. We're going... 3, 4, 5 on the left table. Queen 7. Yeah, I feel like he's going to bet. He doesn't bet. We have a nice card here. He's got the ace high. Oh, he's got 3s. Okay, there you go. Pretty even heads up here. Queen 9's nice with the, you love to have those diamonds there, but not much of a flop for a flush. We've got a straight. We're all in. I didn't even know we had a straight. I'm glad that this is why I love this game, because it tells you what you've got, because otherwise I'd probably miss, especially with this style, where you're playing 2 tables at once. He's going to do something, I think, here. He's got something, I feel like. That's what it feels like to me. I just don't have anything, so I'm just going to fold that hand. Sometimes you think, hey, you know what? I've got King Jack, man. I'm going to hit it somewhere. It's like, those are the ones that get away from you a lot of times. Just because you've got these big value cards and you're just like, I'm going to dominate. And it just doesn't work out for you. Queen 2 will fold here. Let's focus in on the right-hand table. Queen Jack. I go all in. I think he might go all in too. He does. He's got ace 3, which is better than my hand. There's the Jack. That's good for us. There's the Jack again, and that's going to do it for that. But it's not the end of the game. It just takes us back to kind of where we were. And on the right-hand table, we are all... left-hand table, excuse me. We are all in. We're all in. He's got Jack 4. We've got 10. Queen. Come on, baby. And there, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Huge win. Huge win. Oh my goodness gracious. So what does this mean for us? I think we're automatically in another tournament because of that. That was a huge win. And I think that puts us in a big tournament for the big money. For the big money. Let's get back to the table that we're still playing in the game here. It's very easy to... that was very intense. Well played. Woo! That was a huge one. And normally you win a game like that, you're looking at an $80 million tournament. You're looking at like 200 or 300 million or something. But in this case, I think that takes us to... It was saying like another tournament. So we'll figure that out. Let's just keep playing this game here. That was awesome. And those are great moments because on a stream, it's just like a big game like that, a big moment like that is huge. And what we might have to do is, if that game starts later tonight, Because it looks like that game might be starting later. Unless they have to key it up. I don't know what the deal is with that one. How does that work? Let's see. We'll get back to the game here. I just wanted to real quick take a look. We'll have to get... I'm registered to that. When is that game? At 9 o'clock. So we might have to come back at 9 o'clock. That's 100... We could make some really big money in that tournament. Let's get back to the game here. That's very exciting. So that's at 9 o'clock. I'll tell you what it is right here. It's 7:42 p.m. You can actually see it. You can see the little clock there. Wow, that might have been one of the biggest, most exciting moments in my gaming career. In poker, for sure. That was like a real deal. Like, actually, I've had some Fortnite shit where I'm really surprised. Like, so I've had some sniping moments where you're like, oh my god, I sniped that guy. Like, you feel like I've only seen that on, like, Dr. Disrespect do that, you know? Not that I'm even close to being that good, but I'm not on that level, guys. That's God tier. I mean, let's just be honest. That's a God tier streamer. You can say whatever you want about that guy. He's a fucking God tier streamer. We're gonna fold this. Some guys who just like took it and just went. And I'm not even talking about money. I'm just talking about what they did for video games and putting it on the map and streaming and character and like personality and the whole thing. Like those are the... Yeah, you can't... Some streamers I look at, like there's a guy named Seer who has so much personality and charm that sometimes I just feel like, oh my god, like why would I even try to stream after that? Like, these guys are like kings of the game, but everybody's different and everybody has their own style. And Van Pebble isn't Seer, and Seer isn't Van Pebble. But sometimes you watch these guys and you're like, fucking A. Like, these guys are good, man. These guys are good. And Dr. Disrespect is one of those guys. Just next level. But, you know, I'm a different streamer, obviously. And that's why I like playing poker, and because it does take you into a different zone. You know, no one's going to accuse me of acting like that. I'm not wearing a wig I mean, I do actually have a bulletproof vest, but I don't get it. I would have never. Maybe one day we'll do it as a joke. Maybe that'd be funny. The thing is, like a joke like that, like wearing a vest, is better to just not say anything. Like, but I have to wear. Maybe I'll do it for Halloween. Maybe I'll do it for Halloween. I don't know. I don't dress up for Halloween, guys. Why don't you dress up for Halloween, Van Pebble? Because I'm not 3. But then you can't say that anymore because now, because of cosplay. It's really funny how times have changed, and you really can't say stuff you used to say. Like, for example, like now, just hear me out because I live in Seattle. Nice hand, by the way. Boston Bonanza! BB, I just had a massive win. What is the name of it again? Daily Legends? I qualified for the Daily Legends. Look, I'm yelling. That's what happens when you stream, though. You feel like that. I can see why people get into like the come on, because like you just feel like. But it's too much to be like yelling like that. You know what I mean? It's like Boston Bonanza, trying to talk to Boston Bonanza. He's not talking to me. Maybe he's angry. I'm kidding. I don't know. He's probably busy. Who knows? Good to see him though. I'm gonna make a Geico joke. I also just saved a ton of money by switching to Geico. By the way, we're not sponsored by Geico Insurance, Just so you know. I don't want people to think like, oh, he's saying he switched to Geico. It's a fucking joke that people tell now. Because it's a commercial. There was a time when everybody watched TV. This is an interesting time to live in. Oh, yeah. I was going to talk about an interesting thing, too. There was a time when if you saw a guy who was dressed kind of effeminate, people would go, get a load of this. Or they wouldn't laugh. They would just be like, one of these or that. Now, you would just accept it, which I obviously think is great. Obviously. I was one of the pioneers of accepting it. Like I've lived in Seattle for a very long time, and I remember the first time I remember seeing somebody who was going through the change before it became like it wasn't really a thing for a long time. And then I want to say it was like 2000 and something, maybe 2010, when I really started noticing it. And it became like a much bigger thing. Excuse me. I want to say that's not true. It actually was just starting to become a thing. It was becoming a problem for stadium. I worked at worked a lot of jobs, man. I worked at a stadium, baseball stadium for a while. And I remember they had a problem with the bathrooms. Because they were saying that, like, men and women shouldn't use the same bathrooms and all this kind of stuff. And it was a real problem because guys who identified as girls were dressed up as women and walking around like women and saying, call me she, but then they were going into a woman's bathroom and people were freaking the fuck out. Which I could understand. I don't remember seeing women that identified as men doing it to the men's bathroom, but I'm sure the same thing happened. I would imagine that. I don't know. But I do think that's very interesting that it became such a accepted thing, and now we don't think anything of twice. I don't think twice about it now. You see guys walking around with dresses, it's really not a big deal. And it's to the point where it's not even a teasable thing. Or it's not even like, or like, yeah, what are you wearing that dress for? Like, it's so like, dude, you're a loser. This is the way it is nowadays. If you make a big deal about it, you're the loser. Like, come on, man. Like, have it, like, because really it is kind of a thing where it's like, hey, man, that's just the way things are. Like, fucking go with the times. It's not that big of a deal, and actually it's good that they can express themselves because who knows where we would be today if people just accepted these kinds of things way long ago, who knows, maybe we'd be fighting wars in dresses. You just don't know. I mean, it sounds like I'm trying to be funny, but I'm not trying to be funny. It's just like I'm just Ace 844. What's gonna happen here? God damn, I'm still living off the glow of that last victory. It was a beautiful win, man. God damn. BB is killing it. BB, I'm going all in, big fella. What do you got? Oh no, BB's on fire with Ace 4. There's the 9s. I like that. We need this bad. That's us right there. And that's a big win for Van Pebble. Big win for Van Pebble. Big one. Even though he doesn't feel it because he's got 3.62 mil. He's such a nice guy. He's probably happy for me. That's probably what he is. And I really feel like I don't have a good hand, but I have to play this. We need a... What do we need? A club here. We don't get it. We lose that hand. I had to try. And let's fold that. Nice one, kitty. Nice one, kitty. So here we go, 10-4. I do like this table a lot. I really like this. The summer. This is the summer feeling. Feels like summer in here. Pardon me. Sorry. Let's get some more iced tea going here. Ace 9 versus there's the kings there. Ooh, there's the ace. What do we need? A 10? And we don't get it, and we're down to 895k. We're doing good. We're playing decent here. I mean, we're still in this thing for sure. I mean, really, the game is like being dominated by Boston Bonanza. My goal here is let's get back into this thing. Let's try to get rid of these two players down here, Kitty and Manuel, and then let's play heads up and let's have a massive comeback, and then we can end this stream. Look at, man, Boston Bonanza's on fire. He's on fire, fire. I hate that song, by the way. 4 queen, 5-2. Can this guy do anything wrong? It doesn't look like it. There's the 2. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. And Kitty won't go away. Kitty refusing to go away. Most people in my situation would go all in here. I'm chilling. There's no reason for me to go. I will go all in now, though. Will we? Yeah. Because I have the flush draw. I had the flush draw there. I had to do it because I had the flush draw. Jack 6. Let's see if we can get rid of Manuel here. 600k. Oh. I'm going all in. This is probably a dumb move, but I go all in with Jack 6. Jack 10. So it is a bad... We got to get lucky here. Get a 6. I mean, this is a luck situation. We are out of this one. Out. But that was great. I'm in a great... I'm still buzzing from that last win. So I think what we're going to do here... It looks like we're an hour away. Good game, BB. We're registered for a tournament here. Big game at 9 o'clock. The prize pool is 100, not million, guys, billion. What that means is if you just place on sort of a, let's take a look at all the payouts of this one. Look at the payouts. If you take ninth place, you get 3 billion. You get 6th place, 6 billion. First place, of course, 27 billion. We're trying to build our bankroll here. We're trying to build the bankroll. We could unregister. Why would I do that? We're an hour away from this, so I'm just going to get off stream right now. I want to thank everybody for watching the stream. We're in a situation right now where we're playing poker, so usually I don't do like music for an intro or an outro, but we will do something here for you because I want to give a quick thank you very much. I want to say thank you to everybody. Let's do a little mellow. Let's go mellow with it. Ladies and gentlemen, we're partying. How does everybody feel tonight? Thank you folks very much for watching. I appreciate it. Let's do this. I like this. See this guy? We could give props to this guy. This guy's name is Sound Island. Props to you, sir. Oh wait, let's not do that because you never know if somebody's going to be like, hey man, I don't want you to use my shit. Oh, sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do the ads and then we'll get out of here. My name is Van Pebble on all social media. Get out of here. Socializing on media because I don't like doing it in real life. Twitter. Van Pebble's on Twitter. He's just having fun. Talking jokes, having a good time. 166 followers. Let's get that up. Van Pebble on Twitter. You can donate money to Van Pebble. How? By PayPaling me. PayPal Van Pebble on PayPal. Let's get that music up. Yeah, let's get that music up. You can PayPal Van Pebble by PayPaling Van Pebble. By PayPaling Thomas Palvino is what I meant to say. At Thomas Palvino. And that will go to Van Pebble. Same guy. We're the same person. Okay? But at Thomas Palvino is my government name. Thomas Palvino is. I don't have the at symbol in my name. I haven't gotten that advanced yet in names. Elon Musk would have put an at symbol. Elon Musk just revolutionized naming people, didn't he? Isn't his son like X572 or something? Good for him. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Van Pebble, and you can donate money to Van Pebble by donating money to the handle. That's how you do it. At Thomas Palvino, small caps, no space, and that's on PayPal. The last thing I want to say here, and we will be back at 9 o'clock to stream a huge tournament. Our tournament, and it's a big tournament. Please come back and see us. This is my YouTube page. Van Pebble is on YouTube. Let's watch. Come on, guys, get on there. Watch those things. You know, basically. Come on, guys. Here's what I say. I've got 398 videos. The reason that and we've been doing this for maybe over a year, like on a consistent basis. Guys, girls, everybody, we're gonna give you 10 streams a week. All right. If you find yourself watching and watching and watching, just do me a favor, subscribe. It's not costing you any money. And it's not like we're not putting up new material. Like, when I subscribe to a YouTuber, it's because they're continuously putting shit up, or they're so undeniable, undeniable, don't say undeniable, but they're so, like, there's this guy named Kirk, I'm gonna give him a free plug. This guy named Kirk Katz, he's so cool. I should be jealous of this guy, but I'm not. I want to be him. So basically, you can be him. You subscribe to his channel. He's got 3 fucking million subscribers. He's a big deal. And what does he do? He basically travels to different countries. He doesn't put up a video every day. He does it like once a month. But when he does, it's big. He goes to Germany. He goes to different countries. He's attractive. He attracts the hottest chicks. It's very interesting to watch. That's a free plug for Kirk Katz. But my point is, back to Van Pebble, my point with that is, you know, I keep him in my subscriptions because I know he's going to bring the heat. And Van Pebble brings the heat. So go to Van Pebble on YouTube. Please subscribe, like the videos. Guys, girls, cats, dogs, camels, coyotes, fucking hippogriffs, right? Isn't that an animal from Harry Potter? The hippogriff? Here, let me show you the hippogriff. You see this? See this creature right here? This is a hippogriff. You see this guy? I'm talking to him too. I'm talking to you, and I'm talking to the hippogriff when I say thank you very much. Thank you for being here today, guys. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate everybody. And I would like to say something about the hippogriff. We will be streaming Harry Potter. I don't know if we're going to be doing it tonight because we have this tournament that we stumbled into. But I know for sure we're going to be streaming it this week. I'm very excited about it because I know it's a good game, and I'm doing it from the Switch too. So I should have a pretty clean stream. Let's get this guy out of here. I don't want to be copyrighted here. Yeah, I don't need the copyright going on. And let me just finish up what I was saying, and we'll get out of here, man. I'm almost done. All right, here we go. We have the Harry Potter game. I got the Harry Potter game a couple days ago. I got it on the Switch 2. It should stream smoothly. That's why we did it on the. That's why I bought a Switch 2, so I could stream games that are a little bit tougher on the computer. Now my computer just has to focus on streaming and like use all the energy for streaming abilities and shit like that. But when it comes to like big games, we're gonna try to do it from these little handheld deals. We'll connect it to our little capture card, and it seems to be working good that way. So you're gonna see that this week, guys. You're gonna see Harry Potter. You're gonna see the hippogriff. There he is. Hopefully we'll fly. Hopefully, I've never played the game. It would be cool if you could like get on his back and ride around with him. There's the owl. We were talking about the owl earlier. There it is. Guys, I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today. I hope everybody's doing great. I hope your summer's good. I hope your life's getting better and better and better and better. And I hope that I'm a part of that. Like, I hope you like, hey, I remember streaming and watching that guy while my life was getting better. That's what I want. Like, I don't want people to be like, yeah, I got like lost 7 teeth. My house caved in. There was 5 tornadoes and I lost 7 pets when I was watching the guy. That's what I don't want. That would be sad. That'd be hard for me. So we don't want that. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking nonsense. I'm very excited. We will be back. If you're watching this live, come back to us in about an hour. We will be streaming a very big tournament for the capability of winning a good billions. We have to place top 9 and we could possibly get billions of dollars, or we could get nothing. I think there's a possibility we could get nothing, but I like our chances and it's gonna be really fun. So let me get out of here and get myself ready for that, and we will talk to you later. You have a good day, everybody. Stay cool. We'll see you later. Peace. Thank you.